our Jack Skellington pumpkin, guys. This is my favorite pumpkin that I've made. So this is going to be a very short video. This, I would say, is almost like a bonus video. So please do not be watching this as your first tutorial because I run through it very quickly. I'm just showing you strictly the Intarsia method of how to do it vertically. So I'm using Loops and Threads Royal Velvet. You can get it from Michael's. It's my absolute favorite yarn, guys. It is like heavy weighted. It's gorgeous to touch and it just gives like a nice weight to it. So get your yarn in this position and make your slip stitch. So remember, you fold the working yarn over, pull the working yarn through the loop, and you tug on the tail to tighten it. And then you adjust it by pulling on the working yarn, and remember, we knit tight. And we are going to cast on, this one I did for 14, cast on 14. And it made like a relatively small pumpkin. And remember, you count the tops of the loops to help keep track. I want a total of 16, guys. So like I said, this is going to be a quick video where I'm strictly teaching you the Intarsia method of how to do it for vertical designs. But the other two tutorials, I teach you like if you're watching it for the first time. I just wanted to provide this extra tutorial in learning how to do vertical. So we want a total of 16 for our foundation chain. And remember to count right when you're done, to count the tops of the loops, the rigid bumps, to verify that you have the total amount that you want. So now we're going to get it in the rounded shape. Remember, it's the second stitch to last. You insert your tail and pull it gently all the way through, and make sure your chain doesn't twist on you. Always remember that, so that it's nice, evenly flat around. And then we're going to start knitting in the round, guys. So once again, I like to get my yarn in the direction where I'm going towards. So that's our first stitch. And remember, we're going to be knitting in all the tops of the stitches. So work it with your fingertips and knit tight. Remember, like the bone length on your finger. And I'm going to be showing you now the Intarsia method right here, because we want it going vertical now. And it's so simple, guys. You just apply the concept of going vertical. So the pattern that I'm going to be teaching you guys is going to be black, black, white, white, black, black, white, white. So we're going to be inserting our secondary color. Unless you're doing the Jack Skellington, we're going to take your white, make a tiny slip stitch with a tiny little tail. Pull the working yarn right through the loop. Tighten it up. Bone length, guys, on your index finger. And then you're going to simply insert it like a stitch. Like, rather than carrying on with the black, you're just going to carry on with the white now. Just simply insert that stitch and carry on for 2. That's 1 white and second white. And now we're going to go back to the black. I'm sorry I didn't mention this guys before. Keep your secondary color of yarn, your ball, in your lap. To help keep them separate. So like I said, the pattern's going to be black, black, white, white, black, black. And now watch, see how I'm doing it? I'm carefully pulling the white yarn, going across, tightly pressed against the black stitches, and I'm going to be knitting for 2 loops of white. Rotate your chain as you're working along. Now I'm going to take the black and be knitting for 2 loops with black. And so that's the whole basis right here, guys. This is it. Just building it up. And I did a total of 12, 13, 10 rows. 10 rows. So again, white, white. And because it comes out uneven, I'm going to go ahead and knit 3 loops of white. And so then it'll be 1 more extra loop of white. And then it'll be a total of 3 loops of black next. And this is just my pattern, guys. This is just my pattern. I'm just teaching you the Intarsia method. So I'm just trying to teach you how to do it vertically. And then you can think of all different kind of designs. I just wanted to demonstrate how it's done. So it'll be 3 loops of white and then 1 extra loop of black. And then I'm at the tail now, guys. So remember, that tells me that's the first stitch right there to stop. That's the start of the next row. And then you're just going to be knitting along, mirroring that pattern, mirroring that row all the way up for 10 rows. Or you could be already like deciding, you know, I want to do it for less or more. But this is the Intarsia method right here, guys, for doing it vertically. And it's so beautiful because you can do purple and black. You can even do black, white, black, white, black, white. So I'm working on my 2nd row. And remember, on your 3rd row or your 4th row, you fold it in half. You fold it like a taco to help keep knitting tightly. And I'm going to show you when I fold it how the knitting with the Intarsia method vertically will look like. And then I'm going to go ahead and just cut it off right there, guys, and show you the finishing video of our Jack Skellington pumpkin. Remember, always use your tail as a marker. So I just completed my second row, guys. Remember, using the tail as your golden marker, it tells you when that's the first stitch, that's the next row. So the third row, I'm going to fold it in half. The third or the fourth row, you can fold it to keep maintaining knitting tight. And so I'm going to follow the pattern. Just keep following the pattern. But I wanted to show you how it's done and what it's going to be looking like now that it's folded. So you see, I'm pulling that white yarn or your secondary yarn color like very close right up against the black stitches, keeping everything nice and tight and organized, you can almost say. Just keeping everything nice and tight. So you see, so I'm going to pull that black yarn, and it's going to feel like it's going like across the space, and it is, guys. And that's okay. The inside is going to be very bulky with lots of yarn crossing. But it's the outside that's going to look really good. So you see I'm keeping my white yarn separate from the black yarn. Just like that, guys. This is the whole pattern, all the way up to 10 rows. So I cast it on 14, and I'm knitting for 10 rows. And so see how the white yarn is really hugging right up against the black stitches? So that's what you want to be doing, just flipping your foundation chain, just working along and using your tail as a golden marker. So using my tail, guys, to let me know I just completed the row. So that is the whole basis of it right there, the Intarsia method, doing it vertical. So I'm gonna go and just cut off right here, guys. Remember, in closing it, you work it inside out and the top inside out through the loops. And so it will be looking something like that right there, guys. I absolutely love this pumpkin. And so again, remember to enclose it, working from inside out, tugging as you're working along, right underneath the stitches, pulling the working yarn through, and then the tops is way easier to enclose, just working it through the loops. And remember to use a marker to hold that first loop connected to the tail so it doesn't disappear on you. But so this is it, guys. I apologize, it's really quick and short. But the other two tutorials are full on thorough teaching. This was just to teach the Intarsia method, but look how gorgeous it is, guys. I wanted to go ahead and show all the setup. So I do have tutorials, guys, on the witch hats. Absolutely love them. Everything that you see, I have tutorials for. And I also did a cauldron, which I just love the cauldron. It's so cute. And a witch. Please check my shop if you're interested in doing a witch, if I have it up. And a giant ghost, guys. I had to do a giant ghost because my 2.5-year-old is really loving ghost right now. He likes Halloween, so I was like, I'm gonna make a giant ghost then. But here's our Jack Skellington pumpkin. So that is the Intarsia method, guys. You can go all sorts of ideas now with it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this quick tutorial and that it taught you how to do the Intarsia vertically. Thanks again, guys.